Hi, everybody, and welcome to EDUC 625, Relational Counseling and Sex Therapy. My name is Dr. L.A. Stretch. I believe most of you know me, and I am also the coordinator of the online counseling program. I am going to be teaching all sections of relational counseling and sex therapy this term, so I look forward to working with all of you. I wanted to take you on a brief little tour of the course. And then kind of lay out some expectations that I have for the class in my orientation. So one thing to know is that I really designed this course understanding that a lot of you are taking field work as well. So I tried to balance the workload. And with that in mind, the two major assignments for this class are a sex education program and a book club. So let's talk through the book club a little bit. I'm going to share my screen and show you where you can find information about the book club. So one of the best places to go to find information about the book club will be Module 0. You'll actually see here is the book club overview. And that'll give you an overview of the book club. The first step is going to be in Module 1, and that's where you're going to actually choose your book. There is a book list here that I update quite frequently, and it actually updated today. And so there are a list of books here that you can choose from. You're not limited to these books. If there's a book that you would like to do, you can certainly provide me with the author, the name, the year, and the rationale for this. The idea behind the book club is really that you will choose a book that deals with a topic that you're not familiar with. So it's, I'm trusting you to be honest so that you can expand your knowledge base and work on something that will help you become a better counselor. So challenge yourself. Try to think of something that maybe you're not comfortable with or something you've never heard of before, and really push yourself outside the limits of comfort, because that's where growth happens, is outside those comfort boundaries. In modules 2, 4, and 6, you will need to meet with your group. You'll be able to set up your groups through, actually, I think once I get your book collection selections, I'll make the groups. And then I'll notify you when those groups are ready. I'll try to do that very quickly as soon as everybody posts. What I'm going to try to do is create diversity within the group so that everybody has different books. That way you are really learning from each other about different topics. In modules 2, 4, and 6, you will get together as a group and you will discuss your group books. You will discuss what the books were about. And I have some guiding questions here to help you at each one of your book club discussions. And then you will post a reflection in the discussion board that will talk about what it was like to meet your group. It is not essential that you wait until module 2. The only issue with module 2 is that I got to have time to set up the groups. But in modules 4 and 6, if you wanted to meet more in weeks 3 and 5, I'm fine with that if everybody in the group has time to read. The idea is that you'll read a third of your book in preparation for each one of the discussions. So I hope that helps answer some questions about the book club. The other major assignment is the sex education project overview right here. And this is really based on the ASEC position of sexual education. So be sure to read that. And I really am letting you go with this. You can decide what the sex education program is. You can decide what format, what modalities. What your end product is going to be is really a proposal to try to get it funded. So you're going to present it to the rest of us in the class through a discussion board where you record your presentation in the attempts to try to get your project funded. And we're going to be learning a lot about sex education throughout the course, but definitely in module 3. And I've got some really amazing examples of sex education and different ways that it's done from around the world to be able to give you some information. So this week, You will form your groups and you will choose a topic and a population. And then in week 3, you're going to talk about what you're planning to do. I've got a little outline for you in week 3 of some things you should be thinking about. And then in module 5, you're going to try to come up with some sort of draft of your presentation. You don't have to do the presentation, but you're going to have an outline so that we can give you some feedback. And then in group module 7, you're going to actually present. There's a lot due in module 7. You have multiple things due. So I would encourage you not to wait to do all of them in module 7. If you can get that done a little earlier in the term, you can certainly go ahead and submit it. There's no restriction on that. Okay, and then I have some information here about group roles and things to help you with that. Okay. So one of the things to note is this course is still in development. So modules 1, 2, 3, 4 are pretty much complete. Even 5 is pretty much complete. I've got to add a few things to summaries in a couple of these modules. Module 6 and 7 are not complete. And I am trying to finish those, but it's actually going to probably be 2 weeks because I have another big project due next week. So it'll probably be in week 2 before I can get everything uploaded to the course. So I appreciate your patience on that. But it's not a heavy workload class. I mean, it is a little heavy in module 7. You have your self-concept reflection, your sex education program, a demo, a quiz, all due in module 7. But some of that you'll be able to do ahead of time, your techniques and your sex education. You could actually do those a little earlier. So again, not a super heavy course as far as coursework, but don't let module 7 sneak up on you and you have everything due in module 7. All right. One of the things to know about this class is we're going to be talking about sex. And we're going to talk about sex a lot. And we're going to talk about different types of sex and anatomy and all sorts of words related to anatomy. And you're going to actually have to practice saying the words, because if you're not comfortable talking about sex and if you're not comfortable using the language of sex, your clients are not going to be comfortable. And so you really want to really dive into this content, get uncomfortable, because that's the only way you're going to get comfortable, and really just practice with the words, practice with the lingo, practice with the language, and really dive in. I've really tried to provide you with a wide array of kind of guest speakers and different videos and things like that, so that you can start to understand kind of where the resources are about the topics that we're talking about. We're also going to be looking at different shows and movies and things like that that are readily available. And so I really just want you to dive into that. For some of our movies, like the Kinsey movie and things like that, I'm going to actually offer a movie show, and for Masters of Sex and also for sex education, I'm going to offer movie time. Where you can come and watch the movie with me, and then we'll have a little discussion afterwards. I'll be scheduling those and announcing those on Sunday. So I'll give you the schedule for those. And then the weeks that we don't have a show, we will have a show, and I will show something and have our live discussion after that. So there will be live discussions. They're totally optional, and minus the movie. I'm happy to record the actual discussion for those of you that can't attend when I do offer those, but I'll try to offer them in a time when most people can come, and maybe even kind of alternate the weeks so that different people can come if a certain time isn't good for everybody. Okay, so we'll have some reason to get together each week. All right, I'm trying to think. You'll notice in your week 1 discussion, which is right here, this is one of the first things I want you to do in the class before you look at anything else. Please go in and take this questionnaire. It's really kind of important that you do it before you opened anything, read anything, explored anything, watched anything, because I'm trying to get really a pretest of where you are with your values, beliefs. And you don't need to share your results with me, but I do want you to reflect on those results. And just so you know, at the end of the class, I'll ask you to take it again and compare your answers and see what's changed, if anything. So this click right here. It'll take you to the library, as you will see, into the handbook, and then you can read it online here. And I have the page numbers right here, 545, because this is a rather lengthy book. And so I can go to page 545. Oh, is it going to give it to me? There we go. No. Oh, I have to go up here. I was in the wrong place. 545. There we go. And then it takes you straight to this. And you can read about the article, or the assessment, and then how to score it. And there's the actual assessment at the end. So you can take it. It is rather lengthy. It's 100 questions, but it will give you an idea of where you are with your values and beliefs and stuff about sexuality. All right, so that would be an important first step. And then this first week, we are going to watch Kinsey in one of the Masters of Sex. And again, I'm going to post some showings and discussions. So if you want to come to that, there'll be a sign up for that. I'm going to try to post that on Sunday. All right. I think that's it. I hope that you have a wonderful term. This is actually one of my favorite classes to teach. So for those of you that had me with research, you probably won't imagine that I actually am even more passionate about this class. So I'm just excited to be with you. I hope that you like the class. As always, I welcome feedback. If you find any links or anything that are broken, please let me know. Just know I'm here. I want to support you, and I hope that you have a wonderful time in class. All right. See you soon.